Okay. Oh, hi. How's everyone feeling? So this is weird. Hi, TCS students. How's the government-mandated social isolation going? Listen, if you all wouldn't mind backing away from your computer screens, we need to maintain at least 6 feet of separation. Actually, we're good. So these are extraordinary times, TCS. We are living the events that will be chronicled in future textbooks, or would be if people still used textbooks. Future Wikipedia pages are being lived out right now. It is nuts. And look, I probably don't have to tell you that there is a lot of fear out there. Uncertainty if we are doing enough, if we're taking the right steps, protecting our most vulnerable. Is this an overreaction? Are we going to crater our economy? Are we ever going to go back to school? And listen, I'm worried, and I'm sure you are too. I'm worried about my family, my city, my country, and yours. There is so much we don't know. It is natural to feel small and helpless and alone. But TCS, it is not true. We are not alone. We have each other, and we are not helpless for exactly the same reason. We are going to keep learning and growing and enriching ourselves and our communities. We are not going to sit and worry. We are going to move in hope, which is why today we are launching a 4-week project that steers directly into our present reality and asks how we can best support our community. I'm going to walk you quickly through the project overview, which is linked in the Supporting a Community in Crisis Echo page. You should be already enrolled in that class, actually. If you haven't already, head to Echo, which is right here, if you forgot. And if you somehow are not enrolled, this is the code. Come on back when you have up the project overview. All right, our driving question is this: how can we effectively support our community in a time of crisis? We're going to start in benchmark 1 by considering the past. Don't get me wrong, this thing now, it sucks, but this is far from the only crisis we have faced. Hurricane Katrina displaced 1 million people in 2005, 600,000 of them for over 6 months. Are you into old cars? Think you might want to buy a Ford from 1943? You can't. They were too busy building tanks or whatever for World War II, and the list goes on. 9/11 rocked our society in 2001, and Mount St. Helens did this in 1980. Shouts to Tammy's senior year. That's a tough break, Tammy. In benchmark 1, we are going to read about these crises or watch videos about them with an eye toward how everyday people helped their communities. How did individuals and communities band together to support each other? Students will bring their insights and observations to an online discussion group hosted on Echo. That's the first week. There's stuff every day, and it starts right now. Next Monday, we will move to benchmark 2, where we will apply the lessons from the past to our present reality. What did we learn from what they did? How did they affect change? What character traits are needed? What mindset? What similarities between then and now do you see? And what opportunities and challenges does that surface? In this benchmark, we will also seek the advice of experts today. What would healthcare professionals and infectious disease experts have us do right now to have the greatest positive impact here in Spokane? The product from this benchmark will be a well-conceived plan of action accompanied by a justification. Basically, what do you think we should do, individually or together? This act can take many forms, more on that in a second, but we are interested in seeing some connection between your idea and the research from benchmark 1. Can we find something from the past that says this idea of yours, it'll work? Students will propose their ideas on a Padlet. There will be a whole link thing when we get there, and we'll justify it based on our research into the past and on information we get from experts. Finally, benchmark 3. Let's do it. 2-ish weeks from today, we will put our action plans into action while unfailingly maintaining social distancing and all other safety recommendations of the CDC. Let's make a positive impact on our community, and let's document it. This last one probably raises a bunch of questions, so let me address them now. Number 1, you don't have to do the plan you propose in benchmark 2. If you hear a great idea from a classmate in benchmark 2, jump on board and figure out how to help their plan. That's fine. It's possible that one idea is so outstanding that everybody elects to do it. That would be awesome. Number 2, you don't have to work alone, but you could, but you don't have to. Number 3, you don't have to work only with TCS students. In fact, you don't have to only work with students at all. Involve your families, your community contacts, your church, your weird aunt, whatever. Lots of people are at home just hanging out. But I bet they would get involved if someone showed them how. Number 4, the operative word here is support. How do I support my community during the COVID-19 pandemic? Support can take a lot of forms. It can be as concrete as safely collecting medical supplies for donation, or as abstract as creating art to remind people that they are not alone and forgotten. If you can justify it and do it safely, it is potentially on the table. Much like the virus. So dream big. Be a journalist, be a scientist, be an artist. Volunteer your time, your talents, your creativity. Take what you have in abundance and give it where it will do some good. Like all that toilet paper that your parents are hoarding. Why are they doing that? Your act can be as abstract as spreading hope, as practical as spreading information, or as concrete as collecting medical masks for donation. Just be sure to document your process. When we get back together in the building, whenever that is, we will celebrate all we have done, acts big and small. 2 more quick things. Number 1, spring break. We are going to run this project right through where spring break would normally have been. It is wild times we are living in, and this already kind of feels like a 6-week spring break that ain't that fun. So stay with us or don't. That's how we're going to do it. Number 2, let's talk credit. Not only will this good work be forever to your credit and personal enrichment, and not only will you be a credit to your community, but also credit for this project is a possibility. This is a change from what you may have heard last week in emails, but breaking news, if you engage fully, take strides, document your learning and your growth, we do now have the latitude to give credit. Now, what credit, English, history, science, whatever, it will obviously depend on what you choose to do. And that said, school credit, it's not the central reason for being a TCS student. We are focused on pursuing knowledge, education, enrichment, and good within our community. And here is a real opportunity to put our money where our mouth is. Not literally, obviously. Don't touch your face. I hope you will join us as we work to support our communities in crisis. Agendas will be updated every school day, and the first one is up right now. Go check it out. Together, we can show Spokane that hope is contagious too.